Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden and today I'm bringing you guys a video of what I'm going to keep in my bottle share bag. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, I have a fiance who is amazing and it just happened to be our anniversary recently, and one of the presents she got me is this beautiful bottle share bag. So this is actually a backpack style bag, which is super nice because that's kind of what I wanted. Something I can strap on my back and bring to my friends' houses. Inside said bag are some Velcro inserts that you can take in and out and move around depending on what kind of bottle you want in there, and it creates 6 slots for any kind of bourbon bottle or whiskey bottle or any kind of bottle you want to fit in this bag. It also has a zipper pocket on the inside for you to store things like cigars or anything of that nature, and it also has storage on the front for either whiskey glasses or, again, cigars or notepads or anything you want to put with your bourbon Bible in there. You can do that too. So overall, this is like super cool, a great thing to have, and I'm super happy that Lauren got it for me. But it posed a question, and that question is, what am I going to put in it? So I'm bringing this video to tell you guys what I would keep in a bottle share bag at all times. Alright guys, so I have my bag here full with all the stuff that I would want if I was going to a bottle share event, or even just something that I would be hanging out with my friends and wanting to drink whiskey and all the different kinds I would want. And so I have that bag filled here, and I'm going to start off with something that isn't a necessity, but I do like to throw it in just in case, because you never know when you're going to need a cigar, a lighter, and a cutter. Now, I personally just throw these in there because depending on the situation, you could be outside, you could want a smoke, or the people that you're with could want to smoke. So that's just a great thing to have in your bottle share bag if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, then don't even worry about packing it. But then we're going to move into the big pocket, and one thing that I personally like to have is a Glencairn. Now, everyone is particular about the glass that they like to drink out of. I personally like the Glencairn, and I always keep my boxes that they come in, so it allows me to just toss a box in here in the bag. Then I have it always, so I have a Glencairn. And then we're going to go ahead and move into the whiskey. Now, I have a couple different whiskeys in here because I think that depending on the scenario, you might want to pull out something different. So I have 2 ryes, a scotch, and 3 bourbons in here. And starting off with a rye, I thought that we would want something that is a lower proof rye, easier to drink, and also more of something that's going to be approachable to someone who's into bourbon. Maybe you're with that guy and he's just like, yeah, I like bourbon, not rye so much because rye is just not my jam. You pull out something like this, it's New Earth Malted Rye, and that'll definitely kind of switch his mind into a more open approach to ryes, because this doesn't really taste a lot like rye, but it is still a rye and it's still very good. It's a great one to have in the bag, so this one is definitely going to be in there. Next to come out of the bag is going to be Redwood Empire's Emerald Giant Cask Strength. So I wanted to have a lower proof rye whiskey in there, but I also wanted to have a cask strength rye whiskey for those people who maybe they like ryes, they want something that's a bit heavier or more rye forward, or something that's going to have more punch to it. I think this is a great all-around rye whiskey, especially at that higher proof point, for people to really explore what they like about rye. And so that is why I have this one in the bag. Next up, I have a scotch, and the scotch that I'm going with, mainly because it's one of the only ones I have on hand, but also because it's approachable and good, and especially great for like if you want to make a mixed drink with it, and that is Monkey Shoulder. So this scotch is a Highland Scotch. It's not too peaty. In fact, it's not peaty at all. It's just a Highland Scotch. It's very like malty and sweet and light fruity. It's really good just to drink alone, but it's also good to mix in cocktails. And for someone who's not a Scotch drinker, they would appreciate something like this because it's not going to make them go spoons or Band-Aids or whatever. It's definitely a great approachable scotch for someone who doesn't drink it very often. Next up on the list, I'm going to want something that is approachable for the people who don't drink bourbon, but maybe they ask me for something to try. And one of my personal favorites for that scenario is Brothers Bond. Now, you guys should know on this channel I love me some Brothers Bond, and this is an 80 proof bourbon that is a 4-grain mash bill and is very approachable with notes of banana, nut bread, and vanilla and stuff like that. Caramel, super easy to drink, and as some would say, very smooth. And it doesn't look like cheap whiskey. I mean, it's $40, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely something that you can give someone who doesn't drink bourbon, and they're going to be able to drink it without turning up their nose. So I got 2 more bourbons on this list, and one of them is something that I like to have on hand at all times. It's something that I go to drink just very often, and it has a proof, and it has everything that I need, the body and everything, and that in particular bottle is Old Forester 1920. Now, the reason I like this bottle so much is because it's always on the shelf. Always, everywhere. I mean, no matter where you go, at least where I'm from, this is constantly available for around $50, so it's not super cheap, but it is a good price point for what you're getting. I mean, $50 for something of this caliber when it's this good is insane, and the fact that you can get it readily available is even more crazy, because this is just one that has proof, it has flavor, it has body, and I like drinking it, and any of the other whiskey drinkers I'm drinking with usually like to drink it too, so that's why this one definitely has to be in the bag. And last but not least, it's a bottle that someone's going to ask me, Holden, what's your favorite whiskey, or what's your all-around favorite? It doesn't have to be your best you've ever had, because let's be honest, some of these are my best I've ever had, but I'm not going to bring those to a bottle share event. They're going to be asking me, what is my favorite thing to get that feels special, that is super good, but it's not like something that I tell them what it is and they can't get it. And for that bottle, might be obvious, is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and no in particular batch, just any old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I know that's super typical Holden, of course it's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Well guys, it's because it's great. I mean, it really does hit up to those elite status bourbons, and it's really good stuff. And people, when they ask me about it, I have to tell them that if you ever get your chance to get your hands on one of these, for someone who isn't an avid bourbon collector, they're not going to get their hands on this stuff. What they're going to get their hands on is something like this, where for $70, you can experience stuff of this caliber in a bottle that's shaped like this. And especially for a 12-year-old, high-proof, great-tasting bourbon, I mean, that's definitely got to be in there. So I keep that one in the bag for when people ask me that question, I can pull it out, and also just because I like to drink it. Alright everybody, that being said, that is the contents of my bottle share bag. I hope this video helped you guys and gave you guys kind of an idea of what you should be bringing to bottle share events and what you should keep in your bottle share bag. I'm going to make some more videos like this, maybe touching more on distilleries and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that kind of stuff. But overall, my general bottle bag, when I bring it to a bottle share event, this is what's going to be in it. But guys, feel free to let me know what you guys would put in your bottle bag, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Now if you did, please hit the like button, also subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all in the next class.